Hey, welcome to this week 4 of the 8-week transformation. And I know this one's kind of last minute. I didn't really give you guys much warning that I was going to do this one. I just told you that it was going to be today. So that's what's happening and why I'm doing it right now. It's kind of spontaneous. But I wanted to do this today, and I have some, really good stuff planned to go over today. And this stuff will not just impact your fitness goals, this will impact your life. And if you guys notice, like for me, like coaching people when it comes to their fitness is not just about like, hey, here's your nutrition plan, hey, here's your workout plan. Because for me, that's not really much value. For me, that's not very valuable to give to anyone. The reason why is because in today's time and age, like you can find all of that information online. And really, like it would be a disservice to you if that's all I really provided and say like, hey, that's why you're investing your money in me, because really there's no value in it. And I know that's a crazy thing for me to say. It sounds like I'm almost like ruining my business by saying that. But the reality is that what I want to do is add so much more value to your life and impact it in such a greater way. And, it's really important to realize that the workouts and the nutrition and all of that stuff, those are really just a tool to get you or to impact your life in a greater way. And when you start to look at it that way, you start to really understand, like, you're not really in need of a workout or a meal plan. Like, you're not really in need of that. Like, you're here because of something bigger. And at least I hope that you are. At least I hope that you're like wanting to work with me because you saw that like Matt's different and he does things differently. And he knows how to make a greater impact on your life. And that's what I want to do. And so today, what I want to show you is some things that can help you in that aspect. And there's going to be a lot of things that like start rolling out, and not just to you, but for everyone in my program. Because I want to make sure that I am fulfilling what I believe to be my purpose, the one thing that I feel like I am really I'm good at when it comes to this stuff. So take some notes and pay attention. Let me know also, like, if you have any questions or comments as you watch this, write them down and feel free to ask me if you're watching the replay. So I'm going to do something different. I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see that. Let me pull it up real quick. And then hopefully you can see this when we do this. I'm kind of testing this part out. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to draw some things out. So when it comes down to like fitness, like really like everything that you do in your life should be something that is trying to improve who you are. It should be trying to become what I always tell people, like your absolute elite self. Okay. And the reason I believe that is because I really believe that is why you should want to live. Like, why be alive if you don't try every single day to become the best and the most elite version of yourself? Now, this word can look different for everyone. Whatever that is going to look different for you, and whatever that means is going to look different for you. But I believe that every single day you wake up and your feet touch the ground, like that's what you should be striving to do. And how do you do that? Like, that's the biggest question that needs to be answered. And a lot of people, like, kind of live their life just in this, I don't know, just this idea of like, I don't really know. I don't really know how to create that like elite version, nor do I even think about it. So what I want to do is I want to like really help you understand this, is that the workouts, the meal plan, they are all directed around this, around you having tools in your life to start creating the elite version of yourself. And that's the way I really look at it. The reason why I take care of my body is because, I want to have more energy. I want to have like the physical health and the aspect of it in order for me to really make sure that I am living my life in this direction where I'm like living it to my absolute best elite version of myself. And so that's why you see like so many of my like programs and everything say elite training facility, elite transformation and stuff, because everything is about transforming you and creating this elite version of yourself. Okay. And now being elite doesn't necessarily mean that you're better than anyone. It just means that you're striving to be your absolute best every single day. Okay. So I don't want that to be mixed up, because I know that that word can have some connotation with it, and can be misinterpreted in the wrong way. And I don't want that either. So just look at that here. Like when we're talking about the elite self, like that is totally like like about your own self. Like that has nothing to do with me or anyone else, or like it has nothing to even do like with a lot of people thinking that it has to be money. It's not even just about money. This is just about like you living to your absolute best. Okay. So let me pull this up again. So basically, like this is to help build confidence. I believe that a lot of people do like want to train and work out mostly to build confidence. And people say, well, how do you, number one, stay motivated to do this? And number two, like, how do you build the confidence as you do this? Well, number one, like, I don't want you to ever feel like you need to be motivated. If you're searching for motivation, it's going to actually wear you out faster. Searching for motivation, depending on motivation, is actually a way to wear yourself out faster. What I want you to do is I want you to find something that inspires you, something that requires you to like really take action. So the first thing is like really discovering like why you're doing this. Okay, what does it mean to you? Like, what does like taking care of your health and your body and like eating right, like what does it actually provide for you, and what does it actually give you? When I talk to people and they ask me like, how do I do this? Like, well, if I'm not feeling like I want to go to the gym or eat this, like, basically what happens is that we lack awareness. Okay, when we lack this awareness, we really start to question like, well, I'm just gonna go grab like the chips or the burgers and the fries and all the junk food and stuff, and like we start to let down our awareness, and so we don't actually see or pay attention to like why we're doing the things that we're doing. So number one is like if you're lacking like quote unquote motivation, you don't feel like doing something, number one, my invitation to you is to start becoming aware. Start creating some awareness about like why. Okay. And the next part is some intentions. And we've gone over this, right? This should all sound very familiar. So we're just kind of connecting all the dots from our previous calls. Create some intentions about like why you're doing what you're doing. Let's see. I don't know how to. Okay. So create some intentions about like why you're doing what you're doing. Why are you grabbing the burger? Why are you grabbing the junk food? Why are you grabbing or not doing the things that you need to be doing? Okay, creating the awareness and attention, and then like once you know those, like it does start to put things in perspective of like why you're doing all of this. Okay, once that has been set, it's really important for you to like keep that as your anchor. Like this is how you continue to inspire yourself. This is how you continue to like want to do this. I don't eat right and I don't work out just for a body. For me, that's not really motivating. but to feel better so that I can be better at what I do, showing up for all of you, because I want to feel good and have more energy. Like those things are more motivating for me to like want to eat better, want to like make sure that my health is staying up to par with what I believe in and I teach. Let's see. Hang on just a second. Sorry about this. I have to respond to this. The perks of being the owner of the gym is I have to kind of respond to some things. Okay. So, this is all review about things that we've kind of discussed in our previous calls. So let me get down to this. Like for me, the best thing to do is to create habits that are going to allow me to create that elite version of myself. Okay. It really comes down to habits. And the thing that people lack is the ability to create these habits that in like really like the habits are like what create who you are. We are creatures of habit. We are creatures that like need that kind of habit. And so sometimes we create these habits that aren't necessarily supporting this. But I really do believe that like the most unhappy people are just like lost and they don't really know who they are. They don't really know like that they have this ability to become better or even how to get there. But a lot of it has to do with like lacking the actions behind that to create that elite version of yourself. So everything that you do in your life, like your actions are a way of you communicating. Okay. And so if you aren't taking care of yourself, if you aren't developing your mind, developing your body and your internal health, and you aren't taking care of those things, like you can't really just tell yourself that you are amazing. You can't really just tell yourself that you are even beautiful when you look at yourself, that you look good. It doesn't really work that way. And I always explain this to people because this is something that they don't really understand or see all the time, is telling yourself that you love yourself and not backing it up with action is a lie. And you would never do this to like your children. Like you would never say I love you and then not back it up with action. Like they both have to be there. You have to say it, believe it, and then act upon it. And the same thing is like with our own selves, and we forget this, and it's so easily forgotten. And taking care of your health is just one way for you to really acknowledge that and to validate yourself, that you love yourself and that you appreciate yourself. So it's all self-love that we're trying to build here. So if you want to create your elite self, like you have to be able to back the actions up. So the one thing I always invite people to do is to create an AM and PM schedule. These are really like non-negotiable actions. I'm probably going to spell this wrong. So they're non-negotiable actions that you need to be taking every morning and every night. These are things that are going to help validate who you are and the life that you're living, the purpose, the passion, everything behind it. So this is like my morning routine, okay? And this is how I create my morning and PM schedule. It's a workout either in the morning or night, depending on like what my day's schedule looks like for clients and things, and what my son's schedule is. So this one does go between AM or PM, just depending on what my day looks like. But every day I meditate. Okay, 5 to 10 minutes. I journal. Okay. I write in the journal. This pen is making my handwriting look really bad, so I'm going to try changing that. So I meditate 5 to 10 minutes. I write in my journal. Then what I do is I make sure I drink a green smoothie. So I drink a green smoothie. Okay. So I do all of these things, and like basically like they are to help validate like my health. They're here to like validate me spiritually, purpose, like really setting the tone. And like the thing is like I can't just coach you guys if I'm not doing the things that are help building myself up. So the reason why I can coach and I do it because of this. It's really like this routine that I create so that I can show up confidently, so I can show up in a way that can help guide you and lead you. It's because I'm like continuing to develop myself. I also listen to a 30-minute book, not a novel, like a book that is like inspiring me, teaching me, helping me learn. So I make sure that I listen to something for 30 minutes to like help like my brain and my gears like start going and to learn and grow. So I'm taking care of like not just like my physical health, I'm taking care of my mental health also. Okay. And I keep track of these. I keep tabs and see like how good I'm doing or how like where I can improve and things like that. And so basically like what I'm trying to invite you to do, and something that I really challenge you to do, is to start an AM PM schedule, to really get in this routine, to really start like looking at everything that we're doing here as you creating your elite life, the best life possible. Like, what would the best life possible look like? Well, you could never create this unless you had this. You could never have the elite life until you create the elite self first. So don't try to create a better life without fixing yourself first. A lot of people try to do this opposite. They try to chase like the money, and they try to chase like the success, whatever that might look like, without trying to fix themselves first. Focus on you first, put yourself first, and develop yourself first, and this part will come. This part, the life is a cause and effect response to what is happening to you. Understand that. Your happiness, your confidence, everything is not because of the things in your life. They're because of the inner things that are happening within you first. Don't chase after motivation. Don't chase after things that are outside of you. They're very fleeting and they never last. They leave you empty inside. Look for the things that are going to fulfill you in your life, and I can promise you this whole journey becomes a lot more rewarding than like I'm chasing this body, I'm trying to chase my health, and I have to work out. I have to eat good, because the reality is that you don't. Plain and simple, you don't have to do any of those things. But you do it because, you know, you're looking for that motivation, or because or whatever it is. And I hope that like this helps put that in perspective, is like that's not what you need. Like those are tools to getting what you actually want and need. And that's like fulfillment, that is feeling good about yourself, and that is really just to better yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. That's why we do this. That's why we eat and we take care of ourselves and we work out and all those things. And that's what like really my message is like I want to help men and women create the best and elite version of themselves. So I know this was kind of all over the place. I'm going to be coming out with some tools for everyone to use to help create this. So I just want you to kind of get this right now. You guys are kind of the first group of clients to really hear this and see this. But I hope that it helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Yeah, I hope that that's what you guys are here for, because that's what I want for you. So hope that you have an amazing week. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'm excited to see your guys' check-ins. We'll see ya.